One of the great things about the Canterbury Tales is the little bit of dialogue between the stories, the little bit of chatter, I suppose, between the pilgrims. When we get to the monk's tale, in the monk's prologue, there's a little bit of chatter about is the monk really that devout? Is he really a man of God? And the monk tells several tales. I've taken one of them. This is the story of Zenobia, who was a noble queen, a warrior queen. Zenobia, as a young woman, escaped from the court. She went to live in the woods. She went to live in the wild places where she could hunt with her bow and arrow, for she was an excellent archer, and she hunted many deer. And as she grew to womanhood, she learned to kill lions and leopards, and even to kill bears. For not only was she an excellent archer, did she have great skills with the bow and arrow, she was also a proficient wrestler, could fight with her bare hands, with her feet, so that no young men ever challenged her. So for some time she lived in the wild with the animals, with the bears and the deer. But there came a time when Zenobia did indeed lose her heart to a fine, loving man. And of course, the world must be peopled. But even after their marriage, Zenobia consented only to lay with her husband for the purposes of creating a child. And she bore him 2 sons. And together, the Queen and the King founded a great empire as they expanded their kingdom by warfare. And even the Roman Caesar thought long and hard about invading the kingdom of Zenobia and her consort. But there came a time when Zenobia's king, Zenobia's husband, passed into spirit, leaving her as a widow with her 2 young princes. And it was then that our great warrior queen, who now was ruling alone, was defeated by the might of the Roman Empire. She was taken to Rome and paraded in triumph, but wearing her jewels and wearing clothing as befitting her rank. But from being a great warrior queen, from being a free spirit living with the bears, the wolves, and the deer in the wild places, she ended her days spinning with a distaff. For such was the might of Rome, that even a great warrior queen could be brought low. All of the monk stories are about the downfalls. And often he says that in his cell he has 100 such stories. But mercifully for the pilgrims, and I think for us, the night and cuts him off. And we move on to some more cheerful stories. But I rather like the story of a warrior woman who escaped and who went to live in the wild places. But I rather like stories of the kind of Amazon women who were great archers. I hope you do too. More Canterbury Tales coming up. Hope to see you again, and please do subscribe to my channel.